Welcome. In this video we will list down top 10 best places to live in Utah. If you are the outdoor type, then it may seem that Alaska should be your first port of call when looking for a state in which to reside. However, should colder temperatures not take your fancy, then the adventurous state of Utah may be just the ticket. From the Zion National Park to Bryce Canyon, to the Arches National Park, suffice to say that Utah has it all. Even the state capital is named after one of the great natural wonders that the state is home to, Salt Lake City. What about Utah as a place to live? There are a number of highly desirable neighborhoods in Utah, each of which has its own unique character and redeeming features. Whether you're seeking a home in which to retire or a suburb to raise a family, there are certain requirements that transcend demographic, proximity to commuter routes, crime levels, and health provisions are all to be taken into consideration when seeking a new home. To make your life that little bit easier, we have compiled a list of the 10 best places to live in Utah based on all the criteria that matters to you. Number 10. North Logan. The city of North Logan can be found in Cache County, to the northeast of Logan Central. Those looking to rent property can add North Logan to their list, next to Caseville. For median monthly rent here is $864, considerably cheaper than the national average. Cost of living here in North Logan is reasonable, which is perhaps why this is a popular area with middle-income earners. With the average household income hitting $64,500 a year, the resident population of 9,300 people are not big earners but can afford to live comfortably here in North Logan. Local people claim that faith is what brings the community together, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is at the heart of it all. Number 9. Wasatch Hollow. Just south of Yellowcrest is the neighborhood of Wasatch Hollow. This small suburb is in fact considered to the best neighborhood to buy property in the Salt Lake City area. It is becoming more and more popular with the millennial generation who are on the hunt for their first homes. So not only is demand high but value rising. Properties in Wasatch Hollow are what makes the area so highly sought after. Think classic American tree-lined avenues with whitewashed detached homes and kids selling lemonade on the sidewalk. It's that kind of place. Median home value is $353,200, but it seems that the higher value properties come on the market more frequently. Number 8. Yellowcrest. Yellowcrest may be small, but it holds its own unique place in the heart of Salt Lake City. Although home to 3,900 inner city dwellers, the neighborhood is exactly that, a neighborhood. The local hangout is called Eggs in the City, on 1300th Street. If you want to mingle with the community brunching, here would be a bright idea. For those looking to rent a property on the cheap, then sticking with Caseville would be wise, for median monthly rent here in Yellowcrest is $1,150. It is safe to assume that many who do rent here would be on a reasonable inner city salary, so be sure to seek working opportunities in the city that would afford your property here. Jobs in Salt Lake City are in no short supply. Number 7. Caseville. Nestled just off Route 15, Caseville is a suburb of Salt Lake City, home to 29,213 people. This is a hugely popular area to live. It is an ideal place to raise a family, excellent schools, low crime, and affordable housing. For those who are seeking Utah as a place to live but are not yet ready to step on the property ladder, then Caseville is a very good starting point. With median rent at just $759, there is room to grow in Caseville. When you are ready to invest, then property prices are fair. On average, a family home will cost $275,700. Local people say that they are welcoming of development in the area and are happy to see more homes and businesses being built. Number 6. Snyderville. Snyderville is just a short drive west on Route 80 straight into Salt Lake City. As commuter towns go, Snyderville is pretty near perfect. If Summit Park was appealing for its provision of outstanding schooling but house prices too steep, then Snyderville could be the answer. According to rankings, Snyderville is considered to be the place in Utah with the second best set of public schools. With 8 schools in the area from high school down to elementary level. Each one is performing better than the national standard. This is a cozy, homely neighborhood home to 6,200 who pride themselves on the community atmosphere they have collectively established. Number 5. East Bench. To the southeast of the University of Utah campus in Salt Lake City is the highly desirable suburb of East Bench. The Salt Lake Country Club and the Bonneville Golf Course both fall within the neighborhood, as well as Hogle Zoo, home to giraffes and tigers, a great day out for the family. The cost of real estate in East Bench really does vary. This is no bad thing, for there is a home to suit every budget. Should you have 7 figures to play with, then you should head to Ambassador Way, where a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom grand family home is estimated at $1,400,000. Should you have a more humble figure to invest, then perhaps a cozy 2-bedroom family home with sun-trapped garden would be more appropriate, costing $299,000. Number 4. Summit Park. Parents, listen up. If you want your little ones to be educated in some of Utah's best schools, then Summit Park is where you should be headed. Summit Park has been voted as the place with the best public schools in Utah, according to niche.com. It seems that proximity to excellent schooling seldom comes cheap, and none so true of Summit Park. The population of 8,025 are more highly educated than the average American suburb, with 30% of people having a master's degree or higher. This goes a way to explaining the median household income of $117,000 a year, in turn explaining the high home value and cost of living. Number 3. Greater Avenues. Admittedly, on paper, Greater Avenue's major downfall is its crime levels. Being a suburb of Salt Lake City, it is to be expected that crime levels would be elevated compared to rural areas, but Greater Avenues falls on par with Fruit Heights on every other point of comparison. Having listened to local people, they are quick to assure that there are more police patrols than ever and that they feel incredibly safe. They are keen to note that the booming economy in the area is working to everyone's benefit. A number of quaint coffee shops and hipster-style bars have opened in the area and are thriving. From condos to spacious family homes, there are huge amounts of housing options in Greater Avenues, with property prices averaging at $389,000. Number 2. Fruit Heights. Fruit Heights is a far more accessible and affordable place to live in Utah and is a realistic prospect for many families looking to relocate to Utah. With home value lying at a median of $317,800 and being a suburb of Salt Lake City itself, there is a lot to love about Fruit Heights. With house prices being far more affordable, it will come as no surprise to read that this area is considered to be the best place to buy a house in Utah. For $299,999, an investor would gain a cottage-like 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom family home that is overlooked only by the rolling hills above. In terms of schooling, parents have hit the jackpot here in Fruit Heights, 10 schools in total, all of which boast outstanding performance scores. Number 1. Park City. Rolling in as the number 1 place to live in Utah is Park City. Just 7,963 people live in this city, east of Salt Lake City in Summit County. House prices and rental costs are very dear in this area. With median home value at $868,100, there is an affluent feel to the area. Despite monthly rent averaging at $1,223, there are still a considerable amount of people who choose to rent. With 38% of the population opting to live in rented accommodation, it is safe to say that there are ample properties available. In reality, a buyer would be lucky to find desirable property in Park City with a price tag of fewer than 7 figures. An investment of $1,125,000 would see you gain a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom large family home, with a heated swimming pool too.